Hey y'all, back with a 2-cent Tuesday tip. Today we're talking about planting garlic, and I apologize, we're kind of in our simulated garden bed today. It's been real dreary and kind of a nasty day out, so we wanted to kind of show you a more controlled area. But you want to start with a well-prepared seed bed, something that you want to pick your area that's going to be a well-drained area. You don't want something that's going to stand water or keep the garlic's feet wet, so to speak, all the time. But you'll start out with a bulb of garlic, and I encourage you to get your seed garlic from a reputable seed company. The main thing, if you try to get it from like the grocery store or something that you might eat, that might work for you, but a lot of times that's been sprayed with an anti-sprouting agent. So unless you know it's certified organic and it hadn't had anything on it, then that's probably not going to be your best bet. You want to go with a reputable seed company. What we're showing here today actually came from Burpee Seed Company. And it's the perfect time now in Central Texas to be planting your garlic. But as you do that, like I said, you want to start out with a well-prepared seed bed. You'll start out with your bulbs of garlic that'll come in, look very similar to this. This is a variety that we're planting. We've got several varieties. This is a early Italian, but as it comes in, your bulb will look, very similar to this. And you want to break that apart. And the little pieces that break apart are the actual cloves of garlic. As I've already got one broken apart here, but that's what you're going to want to plant. And then as you're breaking that apart, kind of make note of which end of it was closest to the root, the root area. But that'll be the part that you want to put down on the clove. And then the little pointed top part will be what will stick up, that will actually grow out of. You want to plant that about 4 to 6 inches apart, in your rows as you're going down the row. Then your rows themselves are going to be, anywhere from a foot to, or a 1.5 to 2 foot apart. But as you plant the cloves of garlic, you want to plant them about 1 to 2 inches deep. And I'm sorry, actually I can't go that deep here, but you want to plant that deep with the pointed end up like we talked about, have it straight there, then cover it with a couple of inches of soil. And it's something, as you're planting that in the fall, it normally takes in the neighborhood of 240 plus days for garlic to make. So it's something that you plant in the fall. It will kind of sit there through the winter months, but as it's kind of getting its roots established and getting to growing down below the ground, and then early spring you'll see it emerge, and then the plant itself will start growing. And then this variety here is one that makes a little bit earlier. I think it's around 245 days or so. So this would be something that should be ready, if we're planting it today, probably mid-June or so, somewhere thereabouts, if you do the math on the number of days. But like we said, the main thing, you want to start with a well-prepared bed in an area of your garden that is going to be well drained, not going to be standing water. Then just kind of repeat, as you're planting it, plant it about 4 to 6 inches apart in rows at about 1.5 to 2 foot apart, then about 1 to 2 inches deep. Then, as we talked about, just make sure as you're breaking those cloves apart, not to do any damage to the actual cloves, be real gentle with that. And you can leave the paperish shell, so to speak, kind of the dried leaves area. You can leave that in place. That way you're not doing any damage to the clove itself as you're planting it. Then plant that clove with the pointed end up about a couple of inches deep. Thank y'all. Have a good one.